You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
And welcome back. It's the WXCO Morning Report during Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. And today, very happy to welcome across the table once again the Executive Director of Extra Innings, the terrific cancer charity that helps folks right here in our area in central Wisconsin, Ted Hartke. Ted, good to see you.
Good seeing you too, Chad. Thank you for having me on, friend.
I want you to just to sit down and be able to relax for a few minutes because you're running around everywhere, and you were saying that you got a nice midsummer tan, maybe a midsummer burn. You're running around spreading the gospel of Extra Innings, and I know that it's something that you're so passionate about. And we're going to talk about another great event coming up on Saturday that we're very proud to be part of. But before we talk about the event specifically, it's always good for the folks that may not have heard of Extra Innings to get a little thumbnail sketch on who you are, what you do, because it is a fantastic organization. What is Extra Innings?
I appreciate it, Chad. Extra Innings, folks, is a charity I started up 3 years ago. It's local. The reason why I started it is, and for 24 years prior to that, I raised funds for American Cancer Society and St. Jude's and all the big national ones. And they all do a great job, okay? I know that, and a lot of folks have been helped by them. It just wasn't a good fit for me anymore. I was tired. I'll be honest. I was tired of supporting their large salaries and the fact that the money would leave our community. You didn't know where it went. So I decided to start our own charity. It's a homegrown charity. It's called Extra Innings right here in Wausau, Wisconsin is the charter. I'm a 501c3. And the unique thing about us is it's part of our bylaws. It's also obviously with the state. We're licensed, and part of our bylaws state that we have no salaries. This is truly a volunteerism organization. It's a true nonprofit.
Blood and sweat group.
a lot of blood and sweat, buddy.
I mean, it's not that money. It's all about the work and the incredible work that you're doing.
And the main thing too, remember, is not only are we raising funds, but the money stays here. Yeah. It helps out our local cancer patients. Okay.
And you've told us so many wonderful stories about the lives you've touched.
Yes.
Have you had any new stories maybe recently that you'd like to share?
My mind is just spinning right now. I got so much going on. But we help
even
people,
an old one. I mean,
but we help people a couple ways, folks. Obviously, a fundraiser is what? One who raises funds. I'm not a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? And you know this.
Right.
We are a movement. This is a movement, folks. The reason why I say that, and that's a bold statement, but listen to me for a second, please. Pull over on the side of the road and listen, okay? Fundraisers raise monies. Well, we do raise money, and the money's going to help out cancer patients through the Aspirus Cancer Foundation, through the Marshfield Clinic Pediatric Oncology Foundation, and also through Joshua's Camp, which is a children's cancer camp. So those are all dear to me. We'll get back to that. But we're more than a fundraiser because at our big event in September coming up, it's called the Celebration of Life. It goes all day long. In addition to raising funds and helping folks with cancer and folks who have beaten cancer, we're celebrating their lives. That's why it's called a celebration of life. Get it? Okay. Yep. However, at the end of the day, we also remember our fallen angels, our loved ones lost to cancer. And that's just as important as basically the other buckets. So you're raising funds, but we're also, how many people do we help by remembering their loved ones lost to cancer? And that doesn't cost us a penny. And the way we do that at the event, as you know, Chad, is at 6 o'clock at night is our luminary service where we light candles, we have a small prayer service, and we remember our loved ones lost to cancer. John Q. Public, you come out, you can nominate folks. You can go on our website. You can nominate folks there for the luminary service. I'm one of many people who are proud to and be honored to read their names. And this year we're also adding a photo honor wall that you can also submit photographs, bring a photograph and put it on the photo honor wall. Very powerful, and we're all going to cry. And and a lot of people out there need this.
And another aspect of what you do, and I think, you talk about buckets. There's always buckets. There's a bucket, I think, for groups that are doing the incredible work of trying to find cures. Yeah. But at the same time, I love the aspect of what you do is that there are folks that are right now fighting
Right now.
within their families, whether it's a parent, a grandparent, a child, and they're fighting it right now. And that's what you're doing is adding a little support and a little joy
And hope. And that's what it's about, giving people something back. Going back to stories, one of my favorite stories was in year one, and I'll take this with me to my grave. What a beautiful guy and a beautiful family. But a gentleman came and volunteered at our event. He volunteered at the beer stand at 10 o'clock. I always remember that morning. And he showed up to serve beer. And, of course, I'm running around with my hair on fire. Got 10,000 things to do, checking people in. So I told him, I said, I want to hear how things are going with you and your wife. His wife had stage 4 cancer. She was 30. He was 32. A couple hours go by. He comes up to me. And now he's holding a little guy in his arms. I'm going, you didn't have him earlier. And he goes, no, Ted. I want to thank you, though. You made this a miraculous day. And I was like, that's a pretty bold statement. So I kind of shunned it. But I said, talk to me. What's going on with your wife? And he told me some just harrowing stories about how, it's so hard keeping normalcy. The kids are too young, 5 and 3, to understand what mom is going through. But at the same token, when mom falls on the ground, she has to lay on the kitchen floor, and the kids play around her till daddy comes home to pick her up. The end was near, so her parents moved in with them to help out to keep normalcy because he had to work. That particular day, while he was out serving beer, she woke up from her morning nap and wanted to come to the event to celebrate life. So the parents brought her and the kids out, and I immediately said, me, Chad, where is she at? I'd love to meet her. And he said, too late, Ted, you already missed her, but that's okay. He pulls out his phone. That year I had Jerry Schmidt. I got music too, folks. Jerry Schmidt was playing at noon that year. And he plays this video on his phone to me and shows his wife dancing with their 3-year-old son. And real slow dance. And it was really moving. And then at the end of the video, he turns the phone off. He turns to me and says, Ted, that's why I called it miraculous. And he thanked me for giving her last dance with her son. And he has it on recording. And I was blown away, folks. And that's why we're doing this. We're helping people. And that didn't cost a penny. We provided an opportunity for them to make memories.
And we will have more with Ted Hartke, talk about Saturday's big fundraiser with Extra Innings in just a few minutes at 7:52 here on 98.9 WXCO.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
It is Mornings with Pat Kreitlow, WXCO Morning Report on 98.9 WXCO. I am Chad Holmes, and we are continuing our conversation with Ted Hartke, Executive Director of Extra Innings, who has a special cancer fundraiser on Saturday. I Scream for the Cure cancer fundraiser, and it'll be from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. this Saturday at JoJo's Jungle on Stettin Drive in Wausau.
Amen.
I Scream for the Cure.
Yeah, that was a stroke of genius.
It was.
It's just a pun on words, folks.
Yep.
We're having an ice cream so I figured July, hot Saturday, let's have fun. Let's create a loving environment. So what we're going to do out there at JoJo's this Saturday, 10 a.m. it starts. We're going to have the radio stations there broadcasting live. So we're going to have party music. We're going to have face painters for kids. We're going to be giving out ice cream, and we're going to be also serving hot dogs and hamburgers hot off the grill. And we're just going to have fun from 10 to 2. And again, raising funds for cancer patients. But this is unique because we're really tapping into the kids. And I want the kids to know more about what we're doing and families to know more about Extra Innings, because still most people don't know about me. We're relatively new. We're not United Way. We're a small charity, but I think we're doing it the right way. And it's called Extra Innings. So if you get a chance, please come out Saturday, meet me. I'd love to meet you and hear your stories, folks.
And that's another aspect of what you do. And you say it's not just about coming out. And I'm sure that, any donation is so welcomed. But for you, again, it's about those stories. It's about finding out about what the journey has been like for these folks. And I guess, again, it's such a wide swath. I guess the word I would use is humanity.
It's humanity. It's spreading love, like Jesus taught us to do, and help others. And I never know who I'm going to be speaking to, Chad. Like you, when I met you, I didn't know Chad, believe it or not, folks, because I came from Ohio a couple years ago. But I've learned Chad. He's a great human being. And that's what I'm talking about. When I talk to people, I don't know who I'm going to talk to. I may be talking to somebody who all of a sudden then tells me a great, something happened in their life or how they've been impacted. Or maybe they want to help. Or maybe they're a face painter on the side. Or maybe they want to be an employer sponsor of basically of our events. Or maybe they work for an employer and they can help spread the word. Or they know a group of people or their neighbor who's mourning the loss of her husband, and will this be great for her? She needs to hear about this. Please share it with her. It's just amazing. You don't know who you're going to meet and what their stories are unless you open your mouth and you talk a little bit.
Let me give you the opportunity, because you said it, there's so many aspects to it, but the financial aspect, it allows the group, the Extra Innings, to help these folks. And we've talked in the past about sending the kids to the camp, which is just so heartwarming. But you need the support. And the thing about it is, you said it, when they hear about it, there's people that want to help. Yeah. If there's somebody out there right now, whether they are an individual, a group, a company, what do they need to think about and do?
Well, there's a couple things. There are 3 ways you can help. 3 ways. 1, you can be a sponsor. If you're a business, you can be a sponsor, but individuals can sponsor through a donation, or it could be a raffle basket, or it could be an auction item. I literally this morning answered a Facebook messenger to a person I met at the Iowa Car Show this week. Mm-hmm. She's so compassionate and wants to help. She wants to make chocolate chip cookies. And she wants to bring a couple tins to our event to give out to people. And I said, absolutely, please. See, there's so many ways people can help. It's not always about money. No. But if you are a sponsor, I'm always looking for good sponsors to jump on board, like this weekend, where you got to thank our 2 big sponsors, new sponsors, Baird Financial and the Mosquito Authority, are both helping cover the cost of our ice cream social.
Got the burgers, got the buns, got the food, got the ice cream. I mean, again, it adds up quickly, right. And we don't want it to be all on your shoulders. Right. We want to have folks help as well.
So that was the 1 way. Remember, I said 3 ways.
That's only
That's
one.
Easy to remember. 3 things when you end up changing the station after an hour or whatever. 3 things. 1, you can be a sponsor. 2, you can be a volunteer. Volunteers are hard to come by. No. And folks, I don't pay volunteers. I mean, that's an oxymoron. I don't understand that. Everybody nowadays is paying for volunteers.
Paying to volunteers is truly, you talk about opposites.
I don't understand it. To me, volunteer in honor of a loved one lost to cancer. Even if you didn't know the person, maybe it was grandma and you never got to know her, donate an hour of your time in honor of her. What a great way to remember her. And you're being involved. And trust me, you will be rewarded, emotionally. And we're going to have so much fun at all of our events. And there's many ways you can volunteer, and you can always reach out to me. And then the 3rd way is just, coming and supporting us if you just want to walk around. Our events are different. Everyone goes to Chalk Fest, Balloon Fest, The Glow, Iowa Car Show. And what do they all have in common? You're going to spend money. You're going to, whatever, parking, admission, walking around, buying food, buying drink, listening to music, having a good time, and going home. Mm-hmm. That's great. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's going for a good cause too. Right. Our event does that, but more, because at our event you're also gonna cry, and that's the big thing, And I mean cry because of our luminary service.
You're gonna feel,
and you're gonna feel, and that's important. Yeah. And you're gonna help people feel. We all can be there, and we can lend a shoulder to people who are hurting. So that's what I'm trying to do: create a better community here in Wausau. If you like what we're doing, please, I implore you to get involved with us. Make us better. Help us help others.
And how can they make that donation?
Okay, on our website, there's we have a www.extrainnings-wi.com.
So
That WI for Wisconsin.
So Extra Innings is all one, and then the dash
WI.com. And right there on the page, there's ways you can donate. You can also sponsor. You can sign up to be a volunteer. Another way is look me up on Facebook, and you can reach out through Facebook Messenger. Again, it's Extra Innings or my name. I also have an account, Ted Hartke, Hartke. Thirdly, I'll give you my phone number right now. You can tell you how I'm not afraid of meeting people. My number is 715-409-1302. 409-1302.
I Scream for the Cure Cancer Fundraiser, 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. this Saturday at JoJo's Jungle, 4200 Stettin Drive in Wausau. Ted Hartke, Executive Director of Extra Innings, and I look forward to being there, broadcasting live Saturday morning starting at 10, and hope... And good morning. Welcome back. It is the WXCO Morning Report, part of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices, and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. It's a very mild start here in north central Wisconsin. The time is 8:23. Right now, partly cloudy skies, 74 degrees, but it is a sticky 74 degrees out there. It is thick out there.
It certainly is.
Relative humidity of 85%, so it's really feeling, I think, warmer than it is. And when you do have that hot and sticky weather, that obviously means there's that potential of some thunderstorms. And in fact,
that's right.
As we get later into tonight and especially into tomorrow, it does look like we could have some thunderstorms. And when you do have the hot and humid weather, sometimes that juice, that stew gets together for some serious thunderstorms. So we'll keep an eye on that. And if there are any severe thunderstorms or severe weather that goes through central Wisconsin, we'll certainly pass it along to you here on 98.9 WXCO.
Well, I'm glad I don't have rehearsal tonight. We actually took the night. We're actually taking the night off and switching our Tuesday rehearsal to the Wednesday rehearsal. And Wednesday is actually supposed to be a little bit nicer.
Actually, I don't know. Tomorrow's supposed to be very wet tomorrow, but maybe not as much of a chance of severe weather. So maybe that's the key. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's raining outside as long as there's no severe weather. So hopefully, actually maybe it'll be better tomorrow without that quite as high of a risk of severe weather, but very good
true.
Indeed. It is the 15th day of July of 2025. A quick note that coming up tonight, weather permitting, and I think we should be okay with the weather. We do have Wausau American Legion softball, as Wausau Post 10 will take on Marshfield at the Sunnyvale Softball Complex. First pitch is set for 6:30, and the pregame show starts at 6:20. So that's Wausau American Legion softball against Marshfield tonight, 6:20 airtime right here on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices, and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. Also, in the first hour, I hope you were able to tune in to my discussion with Ted Hartke from the group Extra Innings, a terrific local charity that provides help and provides support to families here in central Wisconsin that are battling cancer. And we at 98.9 WXCO, myself, very happy to be part of this event coming up on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Extra Innings and 98.9 WXCO, I Scream for the Cure Cancer Fundraiser. It will be held at JoJo's Jungle, which is at 4200 Stettin Drive in Wausau. And ice cream, grilled food, face painting, music. And the thing about what we had in the first hour on this program, myself and Ted Hartke, is we did not have the entire conversation because limited a little bit by time here in the mornings. So what we did is we actually, when we were not on the air, we had more time to talk. And you can go to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com. and go to the 98.9 WXCO channel at youtube.com, and you can listen in and watch the entire conversation between myself and Ted Hartke. So we talked about more of what Extra Innings is doing, more about some of the stories of the success, more about this event coming up on Saturday. So again, I would encourage you to get more information on Extra Innings by going to youtube.com and go to the 98.9 WXCO channel, and you can listen to the unedited version of our conversation. And also, if you want to go back and see any of the segments here on our WXCO Morning Report, you'll be able to do that as well. So again, go to youtube.com and the 98.9 WXCO channel and watch and listen in to my conversation with Ted Hartke. And hopefully, I would love to see you out on Saturday. I'll be broadcasting live from 10 a.m. until noon, and be out at JoJo's Jungle for the big fundraiser, I Scream for the Cure. So again, if you have an opportunity, come on out. Bring the kids. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot of great food, a lot of great entertainment, and just stop by and say hello and do your part. A little bit of pushing, the rock forward in terms of the battle, and also the support of folks who are battling cancer. And I said to Ted that one of the aspects about this organization that is so positive is that you have some wonderful groups that are looking for cures, trying to find the cures to some of these cancers. But there are folks that are suffering right now, families and children and grandparents and parents, and they are fighting the battle against cancer right now. And the future is today. And for a group like this to be able to provide joy and support like Extra Innings does, I think is just a wonderful, wonderful thing for Ted and his organization to do. So, again, if you're able to come by and be part of this fundraiser Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., again, I Scream for the Cure Cancer Fundraiser at JoJo's Jungle, 4200 Stettin Drive in Wausau. Maybe you can get Ian Welsh out there.
Oh, I would certainly
you love
like
that
to
ice
be
cream.
there.
I know, because you not only work for us, but you work for Wave 100.5, and they're also sponsoring this event as well. So
Yes, I do.
So I think you should be double responsible for being there on Saturday.
I agree. Absolutely.
and I think folks that want to see Ian Welsh in the flesh. I think you got to get out there and provide a little for the folks out there that hear your voice every day and
put a
want to
little
meet you.
face
There
to
you
my
go.
name so people can see.
I mean, they see you on stage, they hear you on the radio. Now we want to see you out of character, away from work, and just
Very
out
true.
in the jungle, as they say.
Yep.
The time is 8:29. Coming up, Dan Schaefer will be talking to Pat Kreitlow. They'll go into the recombobulation area coming up after an information update. News, weather, and sports straight ahead. The time is 8:30, 74 degrees in downtown Wausau. It's the WXCO Morning Report on 98.9 WXCO.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
It is the WXCO Morning Report, part of Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. I am Chad Holmes. 76 degrees is the temperature. A humid start as well, with a potential of some thunderstorms later into the evening, and then especially tomorrow as well. We'll keep you up to speed on the weather throughout the day, top and bottom of every hour here on Civic Media and 98.9 WXCO. Also with me is Ian Welsh. And Ian, I forgot to give you the topic for our number for the day quiz, which we'll have here in just a few minutes.
I'll be ready for it.
Well, I'll give it to you now, and you can stew on it for a few minutes.
Okay.
Tonight is the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, and that will be the topic, the All-Star Game for baseball.
Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Yep, that will be the topic coming up.
Sounds good.
Also wanted to let people know that coming up on Thursday, a couple of events that you may want to partake in. During the noon hour on Thursday, There will be another rally over at Congressman Tom Tiffany's office on Stewart Avenue in Wausau. Obviously, there are a few folks that are not thrilled with Congressman Tiffany and his vote on the so-called Big Beautiful Bill that was passed by the Congress and signed by the President of the United States recently. And the Marathon County Democratic Party is going to rally to let Tom Tiffany know that there are a few folks that would like him to think a little deeper before making votes that will take away such things as health coverage and other social safety net programs.
Absolutely.
So if you want to let your voice be heard, coming up on Thursday, Toxic Tom's office over on Stewart Avenue in Wausau, there will be a chance to let the congressman see you. So come on out from noon until 1:30 p.m. Again, that's 2620 Stewart Avenue in Wausau. And you can also actually make an appointment and visit the congressman's staff. Usually the congressman won't be there himself to meet with some of the folks that are constituents, but nevertheless, you can also try to make an appointment as well. But come on out Thursday, 12 noon until 1:30 p.m., Stewart Avenue in Wausau, outside Tom Tiffany's office. Also coming up on Thursday, one of the issues that just sticks around, it's going to stick around until something permanent is done, but it's the idea of fair maps. And the maps have been improved in recent years, but at the same time, you can't fall asleep on it. And coming up on Thursday at the Marathon County Public Library, there will be a Fair Maps community hearing. And the League of Women Voters of Marathon County will be part of that event as well. So stop on by, hear about what legislation is being thought about. Let your voice be heard on ideas that you may have as well at the Marathon County Public Library Thursday evening at 6 p.m. Again, 300 First Street in Wausau. As, again, it's not that far off from the next census and the next changing of the maps. And we've seen the importance of having fairer maps. And I think that you could argue that they're not still completely fair, but at the same time, steps have been taken forward and the work continues. So again, a Fair Maps community hearing, Marathon County Public Library, Thursday at 6 p.m., 300 First Street, right here in downtown Wausau. So again, there's always ways you can be involved. And I think that's something that we need to always let people know. It could be writing a letter to your congressman, making a phone call, or letting your voice be heard through a letter to the editor or a phone call to a radio station. If you listen throughout the course of the day and night here on 98.9 WXCO, every one of the shows allows you to call in and let your voice be heard. If there's an issue that you want to talk about, we want to hear about it here on Civic Media. So, again, there could be times where it's frustrating, where you feel like we're going in the wrong direction or your voice isn't being heard. Well, there are ways to let your voice be heard, and that's the only way that democracy will continue, is to fight for your beliefs, fight for the system, and fight for what is right and what is good. So, again, take part in these events coming up on Thursday. All right, well, let's see if you can make it two in a row here to start off the week with the number for the day quiz, as we always wrap up the show with the number for the day quiz, something to think about as you get into the rest of your day. And so far this week, Ian is 1 for 1.
Yes, I am.
We give him 3 choices, one of which is correct with the topic of our number for the day. So based on the math, 33% is always the bottom rung. If you're above 33%, it's a passing grade. If you're below 33%, it's a failing grade. Then, of course, we want better than that. We want you to have a winning week. And a winning week is more right than wrong. So 3 out of 5. An A grade is getting 4 out of 5. And then, of course, a perfect week. Get the big gold star for those.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. But tonight, it's another edition of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Okay.
And the All-Star Game has been going on for a while. Our number for the day today is, what year was the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game?
What year?
It took place in Chicago at Comiskey Park. But what year was the first Major League Baseball All-Star Game?
Okay.
All right.
Choices.
Your choices are 1933, 1943, 1953.
1933, 43, or 53. The first Major League Baseball All-Star game took place in Chicago. Was 1933, 43, or 53. You know what? I'm going to say... All right. It seems like... Boy, I'm trying not to overthink this, but it's hard.
Go with your gut as you always do.
Okay, a final answer. I'm going to say 53. Final answer, 1953.
The first Major League Baseball All-Star Game took place on July the 6th of 1933.
Oh, the smallest number.
Yep. Babe Ruth hit a home run in that game. First home run in All-Star Game history. So
Well, it didn't make it that time.
1 for 2. You're still doing all right.
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, thanks again. And we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Chad. Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Matt and Air on Air coming up next here on 98.9 WXCO.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.